Lineage of evil. Oh my goodness. So I came across this story on Twitter, and it's absolutely just a tragedy. Okay, it took place in Ohio, and I can honestly see how some could argue that there is a racial undertone to this story, and I'm going to tell you why. What transpired is that you have this elderly man, 81, William Brock, and allegedly he was getting calls, threatening calls of people saying that, hey, you have a family member in jail, and we need $12,000 in bond money to get them out, or they were gonna harm the person in jail and him as well. Okay, that's the call he was getting. It was a scammer call. Now, what happened is that you have this elderly black woman. She hasn't been identified, but it was an elderly black woman who was also targeted by the scammer and told to pick up a package at William Brock's address. So she gets there. She waits, over 25 minutes. No one comes out. She's looking for, the entrance, and she goes to the entrance and is confronted with William Brock. Well, William Brock, this man has a gun pointed to her. That is correct. Has a gun pointed to her and is asking, hey, who sent you, right? He then takes her phone. Now, obviously, this elderly, innocent black woman doesn't know what's going on. In addition to that, she doesn't threaten him, doesn't attack him, okay, even though there's a gun pointed at her, and even says, hey, if you need to stop or I'm going to call the police. Now, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. The same demons who constantly want to, as far as put, low impulse control, this woman is showing absolute control over her emotions, because there are very few people who would respond so calmly upon a firearm being pointed at them in a threatening and brandishing manner. Because that's what he's doing. He's brandishing his weapon at this innocent woman. And she knows she's innocent. She doesn't know what's even going on. He's not even discussing with her what's happening. He's just saying, you're not going anywhere. She eventually was like, yo, I don't know, leave me alone. She gets into her car to open her car, and that's when, bam, he discharges the firearm.
The incident report says Brock allegedly took Hall's phone and wouldn't let her leave, and when she tried to go, authorities say Brock then shot Hall. They started fighting, and he shot her 2 more times. Because
the first time, hits her in her leg. She's trying to circle around the car, and she's talking about help me. Nobody, no one comes to her rescue. No one. He discharges it 2 more times for a total of 3. She is no longer with us. That is correct. She is no longer with us. Now, I would argue why some would say there is a racial underline to this story. It's because he never once had a conversation with her. Never once, hey, what's going on? Who are you? What's going on? Never once. He had her phone. If he wanted to know who sent her, he could have looked at her phone. He didn't do any of that. Furthermore, he didn't call the police. He took it upon himself to attack this innocent black woman. This innocent black woman wasn't armed. This innocent black woman wasn't causing him any harm or threatening him in any manner, shape, or form. Now, you tell me who's the low IQ in this situation. You tell me who's the low IQ in this situation. This woman hasn't attacked you, said anything harmful, not even doing anything. She's an elderly woman such as yourself, okay? An elderly person such as yourself. But yet she's somehow a criminal. She's in on this. That's what you want to tell me? She's scamming you? Why not look at the Uber and see if what her story, what she's saying is accurate? See if it's true. You just can't, as far as hold someone hostage, just because off of an assumption that you believe they're in on this scam or something's going on. That's not right. He doesn't even have a conversation with this woman. Doesn't look at her phone, just takes her away from her. And then has the audacity to discharge his firearm, fire at this woman, and not even call the police until he's fired those 3 shots. And you want to know what he tells the police? That he fired in self-defense because he was being robbed. I kid you not.
Authorities received a call from Brock saying he had shot someone on his property because they were trying to rob him.
He was being robbed. That's what he claimed as justification for taking this elderly black woman's life, that he was being robbed. She didn't come with any weapon, no hostility, no animus. but yet he was being robbed. How, Sway? Make it make sense. So, like I said, the argument could be, if this person was an elderly white woman, you can very easily make the claim that this would not have happened. Thanks to the powers that be who have marred the image of black Americans in this country, crime and black, they have now done the same thing that their ancestors have done, okay? The lineage of evil, the same racially charged stereotypes, the same, fraudulent narratives. They have made us the face of crime, when the opposite is really the truth. The opposite is really true, but that's what they've done. They did that, call you lazy, after you've just been spending over hundreds of years in slavery. And then they have the audacity to call you lazy. Can you imagine that? You being branded lazy after you spend hundreds of years, right? Your ancestors, your offspring, just coming fresh out of slavery, they brand you as lazy. I think this is evil. I think this is wicked, 100%. And for him, you want to know what the cherry on top is? The cherry on top is that this man had the audacity to go to court and plead not guilty. Plead not guilty. He has a body. He has no claim to self-defense. Because, listen, it's a virtual scam. You don't know who she is. You didn't even give the time for her to explain who she is. You could have looked at her phone to verify her story. All these things you could have done if you had seen her as just a human being. If you had seen her as anything other than what I would argue that many would say, which is nothing more than just a racial stereotype. Oh, a criminal. Oh, they're trying to get me. Not knowing that both of y'all are being got. And I think this scenario is emblematic to the situation in this country today. When you have a Charlie Kirk, when you have a Candace Owens, when you have a black conservative perspective, when you have a Tatum, they're all gaslighting their predominantly white audience. They're poor, ignorant, uneducated white audience, and they're gaslighting them to think that black people are the problem. Hey, it's the black people that are the problem. That's what's going on. They're the ones that are destroying this country. And they're doing it via the white liberal. And little do they know that, hey, you are getting screwed by the same people you are giving your money to. The same person you are giving your money to fundraise, to stop the evil left, they're screwing you just as hard. And it's unfortunate because it goes back to, as I said before, the Lyndon B. Johnson quote, where they have poor whites thinking that they're superior based solely off the color of their skin. They could be in a trailer park, not have a pan to piss in, but think that, hey, at least I'm not in Chicago, okay? At least that's not what's going on in Chicago. At least I don't live there. And I want you to understand that if she had actually defended herself or been any type of form of hostility or aggressiveness upon her being in a dangerous predicament, that she would have been labeled the wrong person, right? She would not have been labeled the victim. I want you to understand this. We've seen this time and time again, where you have to be damn near flawless. Damn near flawless, okay? So if she had acted in any other way, they would have put the blame on her. They would have put the blame on her, and he would have been like, well, he's an innocent man. And there's still people who are saying that. Well, I can understand why he acted that way. The only person who can understand why this man acted this way is a racist, is an anti-black racist. That's the only person, okay? Because you're not willing, this is an elderly woman. She can barely walk. She's hopping out of the car, right? Limping out of the car. Like you already have her phone. She has no weapon on you. She's not going to harm you. You're the one with the firearm. But this story, this is a tragedy. It's as simple as that. And he should die in prison. That's what I feel. He should absolutely perish in prison. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, look, this was an accident. It was an accident that ended in tragedy, but at the end of the day, it was an accident. Or if you don't believe, sure. But this could have easily been avoided through communication. This could have easily been avoided through a higher impulse control, okay? This could have easily been avoided by treating this person as a human being. If you wanted to call the police, then call the police. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that at all. He was a judge, jury, and executioner, and then try to claim victim upon taking an innocent life. Lineage of evil. Simple as that. Now, if you happen to disagree, you're more than welcome to call in during Disagreement Day, which is typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You can call in. We duke it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. You can very easily make the claim that this would not have happened.